Welcome everyone. You just tuned in to the Someone You Should Know show. I'm your host, Pastor Anthony Wilson. And today we stand here at 2463
North Lincoln Avenue
North Lincoln Avenue.
in Chicago.
And what is this?
This is the Chicago Republican Party's office.
You hear that? This is the Chicago Republican Party's office. And the reason why we are here is because Governor Pritzker just wrote in the bill where he wanted to stop the slating process. Why do you want to stop the slating process and everybody that you bring aboard that's Democrat from the Democratic Party are slated in? Before I begin and continue on, I would like to say a verse of scripture and let you know what we're dealing up here. Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places and rulers of darkness of this world." As we see today, our world is being ruled by political leaders that are dark. We can tell by the policies that they make. Also, we know about the bill they passed, I can't pronounce the name of it, Amnesty Act, whatever it is. They're talking about removing the Bible. I can't pronounce it, sorry, I apologize. But they're talking about removing the Bible and making the Bible illegal. So do you know what that means? That is a direct threat to the church's freedom. Not only the churches, everybody else that believe in that book, that believe in that Bible. Also, the slate process will stop people like myself, everyday citizens, from standing a chance to run and make a difference in our community. I believe that the process should stay in put and that we should appeal it. I'm asking pastors, I'm asking other political leaders, I'm asking for humanitarians and activists. This is a call to duty for all of us. This is just not something we're doing. We collectively are doing it as a group, and we're moving in a directive of power to bring and change the narrative of what the corruption that's been happening in our city. That's happening. We know that there's some Republicans that corrupt. We know there's some Democrats that's corrupt. But what about those Republicans and Democrats that are not, like myself? We want to make a change. We want a group. We want to drain the swamp, and we want to make a difference in our city. We want our streets to be safe. We're tired of the bills and the laws that are being passed that go against humanitarian rights. You'll believe that some monsters are passing these bills. So at this time, I'm here with my crew, my team. We have activist Pat Gibbons. We have
Bruce Randazzo.
Bruce Randazzo, and we have to my left
Daniel Bolden.
Daniel Bolden. And so I'm gonna let you hear from these fellas in a minute, but stay tuned. Share this video. Share this video. Please share this video, because we're gonna talk about things that you might not know. We're gonna talk about things that Channel 7, Channel 9, 32 might not record. They might not put it on the news. So we're all the news you got today. So at this time, I'm gonna bring forth Patrick Gibbons.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you. We are here today because Governor Pritzker signed into law Friday a bill called the Child Welfare Act. There has nothing to do with children in this law that was implemented by Pritzker and passed by the Democratic House. It has everything to do with eliminating candidates opposing incumbents. It has everything to do with eliminating the slating process. What does that mean exactly? The Democratic Party is trying to make it a one-party system. That's exactly what's happening. And when you eliminate slating, that means candidates out there that's trying to get an absorbent, a lot of signatures, like 1,000, 15, 2,000 signatures in order to get on the ballot, that's nix. The governor doesn't want no competition. That takes away the will of the people. That takes away their right to have a selection of who they want in that office. Democratic Party doesn't want no competition. This is pure election interference, and it's censorship. It's really censorship. So eliminating the slating process, I got to tell you something a little bit about politics 101, okay? When you go for office, you're getting a bunch of signatures, and it has to be legal signatures within that area. And then you take it before the Board of Elections in order to get on the ballot. Then you are objected to by lawyers. It's a big scam. So it's very hard to get on the ballot. So it's also very hard to get people to run in certain elections, depending what party you're in, because the Democratic Party has a lot of money coming from big unions. SEIU Local 73, CTU. So the Republican Party is strapped for cash. So the best time they can get any candidates going against the Democrats is after the primary. You understand? So 1,500, 2,000 signatures. There's a lot of candidates out there that has a lot of signatures, and Governor Pritzker is saying, hey, you don't count anymore. You can't go against any incumbents because that doesn't count. You have to be in the primary. And a lot of people don't know what's going on. They really don't. Because Channel 7 wouldn't come out here, Channel 5 wouldn't come out here, Fox 32. I'm very ashamed of them because they usually come out because they're in bed with the Democratic Party. That's what's going on. Right now, we are in front of, what's the address here? 2461-63 on North Lincoln Avenue. This is the Chicago Republican Party's office. I invited the Chicago Republican Party here today. Steve Bolton, Jeff Fielder, Walter Adamczyk, Ramona T. Bonilla, Lynn Franco. I invited all of you here today. But you're not here fighting for your Republican Party, but you are in behind the scenes. You are in closed offices. You are on Zoom calls, but you don't have the guts to come out here and talk up for your own party. And I want to say something else. It's a little off the record. I'm not anti-Republican. I'm very Republican. I'm a Trump supporter. Everybody knows I vote Republican every time out. Where's your signs? Why are you not representing yourselves? What's this wire sticking out? What is going on here? Seriously? Seriously, come on. You got to represent better. You got to represent for the people. Have a backbone. Are you trying to walk on eggshells just so you can buy votes from the Democrats? It's not working very well. It's not working very well. You got to come out here and fight. This is where the real fight is. It's in the trenches. You understand? The governor took away slating. So you know what's going to happen? Since the Republican Party doesn't want to talk up, we'll talk up for you. That's why we're out here. We're going to fight this in federal court. You understand? We're going to fight this in federal court because at least, the very least, the candidates out there that's getting thousands of signatures in order for them to get on the ballot, they should be grandfathered in. One would say that, right? At least they should be grandfathered in. And there shouldn't be laws to discriminate against one's ideology because, as I said, you're taking the will away from the people. You're taking the voice away from people. There's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of voters, believe it or not, that vote Republican. So when you take that away, isn't that a form of discrimination, would you think? I would think so too. So let's fight for our party. Let's fight against Governor Pritzker, who doesn't give a damn about the people, at least a certain portion of them. And let's fight against censorship. Let's fight against election interference. That's why we are out here today. And above all, my Republican Party, can you please have a spine? Grow one. This is nonsense what's going on here. All right? Thanks for having me. My name is Pat. We're going to have Bruce Randazzo talking.
Hello, good afternoon. Here it is on a beautiful Sunday morning. We're standing in front of the Republican headquarters. There's nobody here. There's nobody here to open the doors for us. We're trying to help the Republican Party get a foothold in Chicago. But hey, you know what? Where the heck, I didn't say hell. I said, where the heck is the Republican Party at? They wouldn't even come out here. They knew about it. We were going to stand in front of the building here. And there's nobody here. All right, we've been getting threats about, hey, don't have a press conference in front of our doors. We're here. You can see behind me, 2463 North Lincoln Avenue. They don't even have a sign in front of their door here, their office. And the funny thing is, there's a pipe sticking out of the building, which is flexible conduit. You know you're not supposed to have that in the city of Chicago. You got 3 wires exposed, positive, negative, and neutral. If water gets on that sign, the whole building go up. They just don't care, in my opinion. So, hey, you know what? I got an idea. Why don't we see if we can replace the Republican committeeman or whoever's in charge, the chairman, whoever's in charge of that. Like, what the hell are you guys doing out here? You guys don't want to win in Chicago? That's a different story that we'll comment later on that. But you know what? We're going to fight for a lot of things, and this is the number one, the fighting the Republican committee person who's in charge of this. What do you call him, a chairman? I don't even think he's a chairman anymore because he ain't even here. He knows that we're here, but hey, we're out here fighting. And another thing is, Mayor Johnson, we got a petition to recall you. We're going to go out and get 200,000 signatures, and we're going to make sure you get recalled because you ain't sure in hell ain't doing your job that you got appointed to. You're giving more money to the migrants instead of helping the homeless people out here. Come on, what's the matter with you? You know, I know the teachers union is backing you up, but you know that they might not back you up after they hear our message for next election or even recall you. All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi there, I'm Daniel Boland and I'm with the Committee for Chicago Mayor Recall. Our website is recallthisfall.com, and as Mr. Randazzo mentioned, we're trying to get 56,464 signatures on a petition so that we can recall or at least get the mechanism in place for recall of the mayor of Chicago. Now, you know, this is something that we, by law, under the Illinois Constitution, Section 6F, Article 7, can have a binding referendum in order to recall elected officials. And in fact, in Arlington Heights, in Wheeling, and in Buffalo Grove, they've already done that. They've passed this ordinance. And so that's really what we're trying to do too, is get an ordinance passed. We'd be the fourth one in Illinois, but we'd be the largest city. And in fact, in Buffalo Grove, they've already recalled a trustee using this type of mechanism. So I know things are bad in this city. Crime is rampant. There are people running up and down these streets every day that are armed juvenile thugs that are stealing and carjacking people and killing people. And that's got to stop. And so if the mayor's not going to stop it, we're going to stop the mayor. That's number one. But the second thing that you need to be aware of is that, you know, after we get the signatures to put it on the ballot, then it goes to the fall election, and the ballot initiative would have to pass 50% plus one vote. So your one vote could make a difference in this campaign, and then we could begin the process of recalling Mayor Johnson. And when we do that, we'll be showing that direct democracy and good government and transparency and accountability count for something. Now, the mayor said that he was running on that when he ran last time. Somewhere between the Cook County office that he occupied and the mayor's office, they got lost in the box, okay? Or the box never showed up to the 5th floor of City Hall. And so we've seen people that are more concerned about ceasefires in Gaza than they are about ceasefires in Englewood and West Pullman and Roseland and up here on the north side in Rogers Park and out on the west side of the city in Austin, in Humboldt Park, things like that. We can no longer accept having innocent children killed in our city because the mayor refuses to do anything about crime in our city. And it's just not right, and we have to do more. So go to recallthisfall.com, download the petition, circulate it with your friends, get as many signatures as we can. There's an address at the bottom, Broadway, number 456, Chicago, Illinois, 60613. And then we'll collect the signatures from there. So again, that number is 3712 North Broadway, number 456, Chicago, Illinois, 60613. Thank you.
Thank you. Pastor Mark.
Thank you. Thank you. You just heard it. You know what's going on. We be calling Brandon Johnson. It's a shame. The real high-profile people you see on news every day in here, the humanitarians, the millionaires and billionaires, nowhere around. This is a call to action for humanity to the people. This is real serious business. I don't know what you think. I couldn't rest another night in my bed knowing what's going on, and me being a man of the cloth, a man of God, and not standing in the gap for this city and the people and standing before God. I don't want to stand before God and He asks me what I've done. And I say I stayed in the church all day and I prayed for people and I prayed for the same people every Sunday, but I didn't do nothing to the people that was lost, crying in the streets. The laws, your laws and policies that's not being upheld or being understood. in the world, only in the building. I don't want to get to heaven with that. I don't want that on my resume when I stand before God. I want God to know that I stood and I fought and I proclaimed the gospel in the streets, everywhere, in politics, everywhere. It don't matter. We are to serve the people. We are to serve the communities. We got to come out of the churches. This is a call to all the pastors in Chicago. It's time to come out of the churches. Bring your people out of the churches. Let's get in the streets. Let's go in front of these political buildings. Let's go in front of the alderman build, the people that's passing these corrupt bills. And we say no. We say no. Enough is enough. No more bills that goes against humanity. No more bills that enslave us. No more bills that takes away our freedoms. We're gonna look up. Guess what's going to happen to the church if we don't take action now, once they pass that law? If they pass that law to make the Bible illegal, guess what? You are considered a criminal. You will be put in FEMA camps. Listen to me, church. You will be put in FEMA camps. Maybe your pastor not telling you this. Your pastor might not be telling you how serious this is. But believe me, if they pass this bill, you will be considered as a criminal move. You will be considered as an animal. You will be put in concentration camps. So it's time to act now. It's time to act fast. I'm calling on all activists, all humanitarians, all people of stature in Chicago, all those that's into activism. You got a platform. You're an activist. You've been on the news. I need you to come out and support what we're doing because we mean business. This gonna show what the heart of the people that say they stand for people in Chicago, because this is a call to duty for all those that stand on the gap in the line for humanitarian. So, I, Apostle Anthony Wilson, approve this message. Fellas, anyone of you got anything else to say?
We just want to add another note here.
Come on.
Like, we're standing here, there's no sign saying that they're Republican headquarters, but right across the street, you got a sign on that building that says Lincoln Park Chamber of Commerce. If they could put a sign on it, why can't the Republican headquarters put a sign in front of there? And there's a lot more activists than us than are right here. The other activists are doing other activist work in the communities, but there's a whole lot of us activists out here that are fighting for rights. You might see a few new faces, but we're all together on activists. So we're calling for all the other activists to come join us for these meetings. We will get together with them, and pretty soon there'll be 100 activists here waiting just to bring attention to what's going on. So, Mayor Johnson, I'm telling you, get your stuff together here and stop putting handcuffs on the police. Let the police do their job. You know, I know there's some police officers that are not right what they're doing out here. They might be corrupted. Who knows? That's just my opinion. But we need some help out here, and we're going to get the help. And the Republican Party, watch out, because that's not a threat. That's just, we're going to come after the chairman of the Republican Party, because what the hell are they doing in Chicago? That's why there's all Democrats in this city of Chicago. All right?
We see it. We see the hand of the Republican Party right now. There's got to be some change in the structure of the body of the Republican Party, and we mean business. So, to the committee, here's a warning. Here's a warning. We're going to vote you out. We're going to vote you out. We're going to do what we have to do to get rid of you and to uphold what the Republican Party really stands for. I didn't come to be a part of the Republican Party to stand with people that didn't stand for what it means. No. I come to stand with people that stand for what it means. And so you got to have some integrity. So now we're holding the committee accountable. Pat, anything you want to say?
The former chair of the Chicago GOP, Mr. Stephen Bolton, didn't do anything in his term for the Chicago Republican Party. There's been talk that a gentleman by the name of Chuck Hernandez wants to take over, a former police officer. I hope he does a much better job. The Republican Party needs to fight vigorously to bring back slating, because that's very important. Fight it in federal court. At least, the very least, like I said, the candidates that are collecting thousands of signatures right now to get on the ballot, they should be grandfathered in, all right? And the very least, hey, if they're going to take away slating for the Republican Party, we should take away them. Mayor Johnson, we also should do the same process against Governor Pritzker. What do you think?
Yeah, he's on the list. Governor Pritzker, guess what? You the main one on the list. And I said, you know this, Governor Pritzker. You've been playing a game with the black community for a long time. You know what I mean? No, you don't mean no community is no good. All the stuff the mayor doing, the alderman's doing, is coming from your hand. It's coming from your wife. We know that. We know that. We know that. So guess what? People are finna take action, and people are finna get rid of you too. Yeah, there will be a petition with the name on it, remove Governor Pritzker. We don't care about going to the Supreme Court or going through the channels of what we're going through. We're going to go through it. You're going to know that you're in a real battle. It's not going to be easy for no politician no more in the city of Chicago or the state of Illinois.
Can I just step in?
Yeah, of course.
And that law is already on the books to recall the governor at any time for nefarious acts such as he's committing today. We're trying to do the same with the office of Chicago mayor. So look for us this summer. We're going to be at farmers markets. We're going to be at street fairs. We're going to be at music fest. We're going to be at park district events. We're going to be at farmers markets. We're going to be at parades. We're going to be everywhere that you are, and we encourage you to sign on the line. Whether you're a Cubs fan like me or a Sox fan or not a baseball fan at all, we need to hit at least 56,464 home runs for the people of Chicago this summer. And frankly, we need to hit a lot more. We need to hit about 200,000 in order for the city to realize that our campaign is serious and that we have the necessary signatures to get on the fall ballot. And then your vote can make the difference in the fall ballot and help pass this initiative. So this is to get the mechanism in place, but we'll certainly use it once it gets passed in the fall. Thank you.
We have a lot of activists going out and getting signatures, just like this form here. So just don't think it's just us. There's a whole lot more people getting signatures out here. So everybody's signature will count.
And
we guarantee that.
And they're all over the city.
Wait for the surprise.
Yeah, the October surprise is coming. But you got to understand that we've got people all over this city that are advocating for this, and they're asking for your signatures on the south side, on the west side, on the northwest side, and it's all colors of people, all religions of people, all beliefs of people. We've got support in the LGBT community as well. We've got support everywhere. So we're not a red Chicago, we're not a blue Chicago, we're a purple Chicago this summer. And we need you to be a purple Chicagoan as well and sign on the line for democracy and good government. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it's been a pleasure. You heard it. You know what's going on. Now we need you to take action. Again, I, Apostle Anthony Wilson, approve this message. God bless everyone. God bless America. Goodbye.